Will you pray with me? Gracious God, may the words of my mouth and the meditations of all of our hearts be acceptable in your sight, O God, our strength and our Redeemer. Amen. I like donkeys. I like palms. I love parades. I do like pageantry, religious and otherwise, and I like crowds quite a lot. At least I quite like crowds when the marathon's in town, or at Fenway Park, or the 4th of July. I like the buzz and excitement of crowds, of people of every walk of life gathered in anticipation of something splendid. Well, we really don't have any of these today, on this Palm Sunday. Maybe that's a good thing. Not forever, but maybe this once. You see, today, without benefit of waving palm branches or clopping donkey or fulsome parade or cheering crowds, we have nothing to distract us, nothing to divert our attention or dilute the central focus of the story. The focus of the story? Jesus. It's about Jesus. It's not about the pageantry or greenery, the pomp or parade. It's about Jesus. It's about who he is, the one by whom time itself is divided. It's about he who, in defiance of all the world's power and armies and armaments, comes in peace. It's about the one who rules our hearts, not by force, but by our own free assent. It is his gentleness that is his power. It's about the one who, in defiance of the world's adoration of wealth, comes in poverty, in simplicity, and in humility. Palm Sunday, it's about Jesus and the size of his heart, which means it's about God and the size of God's heart. His majesty has nothing to do with ermine robes or golden crowns, not with scepter or orb, palace or courtiers. His kindness is his majesty. Palm Sunday, the entrance into Jerusalem, the palms, the donkey, the crowds, the parade, it's about Jesus and nothing less and nothing else. It's about the one sent from God to reveal to a merciless world a mercy so broad and deep and high, it'll make your heart break. It's about how his peacefulness, his gentleness, so threatened the powers and principalities of this world they could not abide his existence. It's about his teachings, so moral and elegant as by themselves to serve as condemnation of an immoral world. It's about the light he shined on and the attentions and respect he paid to the least of these, the poor, the immigrant, the widow, the orphan, the ill. It's about the justice he requires for these who are too poor to pay for justice. It's about the healing, his healing, free, generous, non-judgmental. All you had to do was ask. Imagine that. If you were a poor peasant in first century Palestine, and the vast majority of people were, hand-to-mouth poor, daily wage by daily wage poor. If you were a poor peasant in first century Palestine, if you wondered if the universe was indifferent to your plight, if you wondered if the universe cared a whit about you, you knew the mighty emperor and the mighty empire did not. But if you wondered if the universe was indifferent to your pain, your terror, your suffering, if you wondered if anything or anyone cared, and how could you not wonder? There was Jesus, sent from the beating heart of God to say to you, to say the universe cares, God cares. God weeps with you. God suffers with you. God whips up a mighty righteous anger on your behalf. And this, God saves. God saves you, not from the ills of this world, but from its indifference, from its cold heart. And You who wonder if the universe is indifferent to your plight today, to our plight, to this fix we are in, this immense global menace that has left not a corner of our lives untouched. The answer is no, God, no, not indifferent, not at all. God weeps with you. God suffers with you. God whips up a mighty righteous anger on your behalf. And be warned. In the words of Psalm 118, a sign for this day, quote, "It is better to take refuge in the Lord than to trust in mortal leaders." Amen. Palm Sunday, then? It's not really about the donkey or the palms or the parade or the pomp, as fun and fine as these are. It's not about them. It's about the heart of Jesus. It's about Jesus entering this world and changing everything. It's about the heart of God, the great beating heart at the center of existence. Hear this, my friends. In this bad news world, receive now this good news. God cares. Let the whole church say, Amen.